The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast.
Reaction.
And plus, kinda, sorta, maybe, because this is technically a live action film we're reacting to.
Yes.
Today, we are, joining me tonight, whatever I'm trying to say here, is a man who, he just can't get rid of that coffee cup. Welcome, Jacob.
Well, when things are sentimental,
That's
and
fair.
to be honest, be like when you lose everybody in your life because you want to save them, and be like, get this coffee cup that the girl your dreams, be like, and now she's forgotten who you are. It's like, yeah, it's kind of sentimental. Like, especially be like when your wife wants you to throw away not everything. Kidding.
I probably wouldn't. I don't know. You at least have that.
Yes. Why thank you, Leviators, our co-host, a man who just gets a little grumpy without his inhibitor. Welcome, Drew. Our turns into a Hulk.
And you know, it's just not easy being green.
Or gray.
I think I kind of used that twice in a row because I just said that last Friday.
You did.
For red shoes.
You did.
But it fits.
It does. It does fit.
Just instead of a little green monster, we're talking about a big green
Very
monster.
large, angry monster.
Anyway.
I think people are curious, like, what are we reviewing?
Yes.
Are we reacting
tonight
to?
we are reacting to the newest MCU film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I keep having to look at the name for this thing because I keep wanting to say Homecoming for some reason.
Yeah,
it's like,
no, that's not the
that's
first one.
That's 5, 7, 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So, yeah, we are in new territory as this is technically the first time we've had a fourth Spider-Man film.
Yes.
Interestingly enough.
Yes.
Assuming that you don't count Captain America, Civil War, or Endgame or Infinity War.
Well, let's be honest. The fact that
But those aren't really Spider-Man films.
no,
but
they're
he's in
not.
them.
Neither they're Captain America films. They're like you have.
Civil War
Cap
is
2.
is not really a Captain America film.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah,
either or.
It's Cap is obviously the main character,
Yes.
and it is centered on that's why it is called Captain America: Civil War.
True.
But at the same time, it really feels like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, I think it was somewhat marketed that way.
Yeah.
But aren't we talking about a little spider who got, has been forgotten?
We got, well, that's the thing. There is context for this.
Yes.
But we're not worried about the context for this in reality. Why don't we go ahead and jump into our spoiler-free reaction to this?
Yes.
Certified fresh and spoiler free.
So I'm a week out from having watched this. You're a day out.
Yeah, I
So
watched it on
your-
Saturday.
So your memories are probably going to be a little fresher than mine.
A little bit.
But I went and watched this last Saturday, opening weekend. It's a good film, to put it in the simplest way possible. I went in not knowing exactly where we were going to be because we really hadn't had. Of course, we haven't had Spider-Man hadn't shown up since No Way Home, and in that one, he pretty much became a loner again.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had like the fall of Phase 4, which because Phase 4, the Phase 4 films just did not hit as well, or were not received as well as the previous 3 phases. And then Phase 5 has been better, and now we're here in Phase 6. I actually really kind of enjoyed where this went because we've had enough time. Like at the end of No Way Home, our trio was going to be going to MIT, except Spider-Man now can't because nobody remembers who he is.
Exactly.
Nobody remembers who Peter Parker is. We should say it that way because they all remember Spider-Man. They don't remember Peter.
Yeah. He's been wiped from his existence.
Yes.
Which is sad.
And but MJ and Ned then went on to MIT. And now they've graduated and moved back to New York.
Okay. Yeah, spoiler-free thoughts.
I know.
Okay.
I'm kind of placing this in my mind. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, no worries. Or go ahead. Go ahead.
For the first time, someone's impatient with me instead of the other way around.
Continue.
Okay. The movie is a fun, wild ride. It incorporates itself into the MCU very well, especially how it brings in the Incredible Hulk, since it's the first time we've really seen Angry Hulk since Thor Ragnarok. Is that the name of the third Thor movie?
Yes.
Yeah. First time I've really seen big angry Hulk since then. Because he was pretty much under control until this movie.
Yes.
And then if you don't count Red Hulk in Cap 4.
Different character.
Right. But and we also get our first real introduction of another third of the Marvel Universe that they've not actually done anything with. We'll save what I'm referring to there for the spoiler section. But they do a good job of bringing that in. We get we can see Frank Castle, the Punisher, in the preview. So they do a good job keeping him involved through the whole story. I was actually surprised. I was half expecting them to do like they did with Daredevil in No Way Home and have him just be a cameo.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Here, he's actually a major character throughout the whole story.
Exactly.
But, yeah, I enjoyed the film. I feel like, I hate to say Marvel's back, because the general feeling has always been one movie, they're back, then they're in trouble again, and then they're back, and then they're in trouble again. Honestly, I just really enjoyed this film, and I'm getting excited to see where we're going.
Yeah.
In Avengers Doomsday when it comes out later this year.
In which we do plan on doing a reaction to.
We do, yes. In fact, we have another project we're thinking about in order to kind of lead into Doomsday.
Exactly. And that gives us some of us, an
Excuse
opportunity to watch films we haven't seen yet.
Motivation to watch things we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
And I'm actually going to be redoing the same thing, even though I have, for the most part, caught up. Though I'm not going to do the TV series, I've decided.
So are you going to rewatch them all?
The movies, yes.
Oh, okay.
But the TV shows, not so much, because that's just a little too much to try and cram into that time period.
Right.
And actually, there is one TV show I do want to finish, and that's Loki season 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't finish it when it was first going, and from what I have gathered from trailers, that one might actually have something to do with Doomsday. So,
Oh, okay.
because we have seen Tom Hiddleston in that trailer, so, and one of the Doomsday trailers anyway. But back to this film. It's hard not to think of the MCU as not to go into the rest of the MCU.
Right.
Just looking at this film in terms of the shall we say the small potatoes of this film. That is this film. I enjoyed it. It was a great Spider-Man story. There's a couple of parts as MJ and Peter are kind of sort of reconnecting that kind of broke my heart. And really, I felt worse for the relationship between Ned and Peter in this to a degree. But I really enjoyed this one. Well, what are your spoiler-free thoughts?
Okay, so like Drew stated, I watched this on Saturday, which would be the 8th of August. I went by myself because my wife has no interest in watching, Spider-Man films or Marvel films or whatever. She has watched the Tobey Maguire films. That's about it.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It's a good follow-up to No Way Home, which is correct?
Yes.
Okay. Which I think that was like 5 years. 5 years between this film and that one, I think.
I don't remember the year it came out.
Yeah, you can look that up for a second. But overall, I thought this was a fantastic film. It was breathtaking with like cinematography, the way they
Yes, you're correct. It's 5 years.
Okay, it's been 5 years since they've done that film, which again, No Way Home was a fantastic film.
Yes.
I I want to go say is marvelous film, but this movie ramped the storytelling up tremendously. The stakes are maybe not as high, but they're more. You get more of this expanse of the MCU. You get more expanse of characters. You get more usage of characters. There are moments where it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a good scene, and then he just rips you in half, and you get this. You get loneliness. You get kind of embracing oneself of an ability or what have you. You get heartbreaking moments. You get those moments where you just feel so sorry for this character. And then you get like, oh, that was a great scene. And well, the joys of social media, they love to show you scenes of like clips from the cool scenes from movies, but they don't give you context. So it's like, okay, that scene's coming. But for someone who is going to watch the film and study it in a way, being like, oh, okay, that's how this all links out. Okay, that's great. This is really, really good. I really, really did enjoy, like, the castle's great. Again, I don't think I've ever seen anything. Well, I can't say that. Be like, I've seen a little bit where, how do you, Frank Castle's actor, what's his name?
John Barenthal?
Yeah, John Barenthal. Be like, I thought he did a great job. Tom Holland, like usual. Ruffalo, Zendaya, all these other, this cast has like always done an amazing job of having connection with each other and having this, emotional connection with each other. Definitely, Beneval? Sorry, horrible names. Barenthal. Yeah, John Barenthal. Punisher. Yeah. I absolutely love this film. There were a moment where I started tearing up and I was like, oh my gosh, that's powerful. But I really enjoyed this movie, and it made you think a little bit. It made you think about something or some things. And the ethical things of what one should do and what they shouldn't do. But it's a really, really good film and highly recommend it. Now, granted, if you have not, and I emphasize this, have not watched the other Spider-Man films, you might be a little lost.
I don't know, actually. There is yes, you're going to be lost on the relationship between Peter, Ned, and MJ.
Yeah.
And you're going to be confused. They keep saying, well, how on earth could they have forgotten their friend? That's about the only thing I think that's really going to be confusing if you're entering into this without having seen No Way Home.
Right.
And really, that's really mostly what I'm... And they do refer to events from Homecoming and Far From Home as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think you necessarily need to watch those just to watch this film. Okay. Now, that being said, it will help you to have watched the other three films and possibly Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Because a certain character shows them in that one.
Thunderbolts will be a good one. And trying to think what other...
Your general understanding
of where we've been since Phase 3.
Yeah. Which is a lot to cover.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of movies between here and there. Only one of them is horrible. The rest are just kind of weak. Okay. But, hey, we've got, 4 or 5 months prior to Doomsday? You got time to catch up, to watch everything if you want.
Right.
And they're not all bad.
No, they're not all bad. I would say if you are familiar with the story, okay, you can probably jump in without having any context. But if say you were completely clueless, be like, okay, I have no idea what's going on. It might be wise to actually go back and watch the other films from, I think they're on Disney Plus, right?
I think all of the films are on Disney Plus, with the exception of course, Brand New Day, because it's just
in theaters. But I would highly recommend watching this film. It is really good. I don't know yet because it's fresh in my mind. Is it one of the best Spider-Man films so far? I don't know yet. But overall, it is a fantastic film, and I would highly recommend anybody go and watch it if you are interested in Spider-Man or MCU or superhero movies or what have you, or just a generally good movie.
So you just thought this, which brought to mind, and we'll do this really quickly before we go into spoiler filled. But of the other 3, 6, 7, 8 live action Spider-Man films, which one do you consider the best?
Oh my, ow.
So yeah, just to make everything clear, we are talking about Tobey Maguire's trilogy, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man duology, Amazing Spider-Man, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't think it's got a subtitle.
Yeah, it's 2.
And then in the MCU, we've got Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home.
And you have this film.
Right, but we're not counting this one in which one is your favorites? Because like you said, this is too new.
Yeah, okay. With those films in mind, No Way Home.
I get that because in so many ways, No Way Home is not just a great MCU Spider-Man film. It's kind of the wrap-up for the other 2 Spider-Man films.
Agreed.
Spider-Man series.
Agreed. It is. It does have this more an emotional side to it. It's not just be like punchy punch. And people getting thrown around. It does have a levity. It has a weight to it. And I really enjoy it because, again, if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, pause what you're doing. Go watch this on Disney Plus if you subscribe to Disney Plus.
Yes.
And, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed No Way Home. I thought it was a fantastic film. I need to rewatch that because it was really, really good.
I need to rewatch it, too, because I actually have not rewatched it since I saw it in theaters.
Yeah. I have it on Blu-ray, but
I've told this story. I'm going to tell it again. That moment when Andrew Garfield comes out and someone in my theater yells out, "We want the real Spider-Man!" and you're just trying not to say, "Shut up, he'll be here in a minute." No, I haven't watched this before, but that's what they're doing.
Oh my goodness. But
this does make you wonder. But I granted, they don't know Peter Parker Spider-Man, but Ned's completely forgotten how to do magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So same question.
Same question to me.
Yes.
No Way Home is a good choice, and I kind of want to say that, but to give a different answer,
okay,
a very close second for me is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
That one has always been my favorite of Tobey Maguire's trilogy. And I'm sorry, Andrew Garfield, I don't like your films as much as I like Tobey's. Except for, of course, I think his is better than the 2 Venom. Than the Venom.
Okay.
Spider-Man 3.
Right.
Just because they kind of lost the ticket on the 3rd one. Either way. But Spider-Man 2 with Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is just absolutely perfect. It's a great sequel to the first one. It builds on it. And so, yeah, that's the thing, is the fact that if you know what you're looking for, you can kind of spot the moment in Spider-Man 2 where he jumps to this film. Jumps to No Way Home, and jumps back. You can kind of see that it's not intentional.
You're right.
Don't get me wrong, but
right.
but there's a moment there where you can kind of see it's like he just lived about a week when he finally realizes, oh, maybe this isn't the best idea,
right?
And finally gets control over his mechanical arms.
Yes.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2 I felt has always been, because it was the first one where. Really, I felt the villain was a good rendition of a sympathetic villain.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, I felt bad for Doc Ock in that film when knowing that he's almost at the mercy of the mechanical arms.
Yeah.
So and there's that moment though when his generator destroys itself.
Yeah.
And you see his wife die. That's still one of the most heartbreaking moments in film to me. in terms of, especially in an action movie like this. So yeah, I'm going with Spider-Man 2, but No Way Home is right up there because, like we said, it's a perfect wrap up of every Spider-Man thing that we've had so far.
Okay,
because
fair.
none of the other, neither Tobey Maguire's or Andrew Garfield's runs got an end until No Way Home.
Yeah, I agree. They all kind of got wrapped up a little bit.
Yeah,
I do agree. I do kind of real quick because we're doing Brand New Day instead of just the Spider-Man trilogies.
yeah.
I do enjoy Andrew Garfield's performances as Spider-Man.
I do like his too. I don't want to bag on him too much, but yeah, I just don't like those films as much.
Fair enough. All right, so let's get into our spoiler-filled section. Yeah, spoiler-filled thoughts of Spider-Man Brand New Day.
The following is a spoiler-filled reaction to the film Spider-Man Brand New Day. Listener discretion is advised. And just to get the big spoiler out of the way at the very beginning, how long did it take you to realize that the quote-unquote villain of this film was Jean Grey from the X-Men?
Jean frickin' Grey from...
Before she joins the X-Men,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah. With how lovely the social media is about trying to spoil everything about a film, I knew at one point, I'm watching the trailers and it's like, wait a minute, what? Because you see like the hopping.
Right.
You see the hopping. I'm like...
Right, and I remember watching that myself and going, what Spider-Man villain could do that?
Exactly. And I'm
because
like,
I wasn't thinking in terms of the Marvel Universe. And I will say about a week before I saw the film, I saw something that mentioned Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't the thing with Deadpool at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
That's a different bag of Skittles altogether. Yeah. But I remember seeing something on Reddit about Jean Grey in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But the minute I realized it was something about the new movie, I shut it off. But that was already in my head going into this. And the farther I got into the movie and was seeing how things work and how we had just restarted doing X-Men 97.
Yeah.
I kind of knew about 15 minutes into it. That's the only person this could be is Jean Grey.
The only person it could have been was Jean Grey. And I honestly I was like, wow, okay, they're bringing an X-Men character into a Spider-Man. Hold on, they're bringing a X-Men character from Marvel into a Sony movie.
Yes,
with Spider-Man.
Yes, while you've also got Florence Pugh playing Yelena Belova, a.k.a. the new Black Widow.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bruce Banner as the Hulk. And you've got Frank Barenthal playing Frank Castle, the Punisher.
From the TV series.
We are just giving up. We have fine. I think this is the first time I can honestly say the old structures are dead. The only thing Marvel doesn't have complete control over now is painfully obvious is the Hulk, because that's still owned by Universal. The film rights still belong to Universal.
Yeah.
Man, this was so good.
It was.
This was so good. I was not expecting. Like I said, I kind of was in. I was in denial for a good portion of the film. I was like, it's not Jean Grey.
Yeah,
it's not Jean Grey.
Can't be Jean.
And I will admit, to a degree, I was in denial until they finally said it's Jean Grey.
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
it's like
I can see that.
Yeah,
I wish I could have gone in completely blind.
Yeah,
but internet is internet.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of talk about what we think of what is now technically the first introduction of the last third of the Marvel Universe into the MCU.
Right.
Which is X-Men.
Yeah.
The mutants.
Yeah.
And I say it's the last third because it seems like a third of all Marvel villains and heroes, pretty much the reason they have their superpowers is they're mutants.
Yes, agreed.
So... And before anyone adds us and tells us, well, now wait a minute. Technically, you have Ms. Marvel, it's been retconned that she's actually a mutant in this.
Right.
And I'm saying, you're correct. But at the same time, she's more connected to the Captain Marvel franchise right now, in general, than the X-Men.
Yeah,
so
fair.
It's like technically Deadpool isn't a mutant, but I consider him part of the X-Men section of Marvel. And yes, we have had Deadpool and Wolverine, blah, 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 blah. We got to see Gambit. Yes, I know. But I'm talking about no multiverse garbage, no retcons, just character created to be a mutant from day one who's never had their stuff changed over, not brought in because of a stupid copyright loophole where they retconned two characters to not be Magneto's children anymore. I'm talking about pure-blooded, definitely no way you could say it otherwise, mutant. Our first one is Jean Grey in this.
Yeah.
And I do feel this is finally the true introduction of the X-Men.
Fair.
In a Sony-made film.
Yes.
Which is just weird. But, oh man, this has been good. This was so good. I really did like Sadie Sink's portrayal of Jean Grey.
Yes, agreed.
I'll admit, I am not used to seeing her at this stage. Because I grew up on X-Men the animated series.
Right.
Most of my knowledge is she's already an adult and is already, boyfriend, girlfriend with a certain Scott Summers.
Yeah, agreed.
But I enjoyed seeing her as just, even though it still kind of feels as wrong to me here as it did in X3 The Last Stand when they showed her at the beginning as a, just a punk teenager kid. I kind of liked it here.
Yeah.
I kind of liked seeing this as she has a goal. She is doing a very good job of following it. And it's not until the villains get involved that really anything that, as Yelena says, big potatoes.
Yes.
Happens in the it's not till that point it becomes an Avengers level issue.
Yeah.
And what's nice about that for me as a Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, for the most part, is not meant to be, always Avengers level. That's kind of been the whole point of this trilogy up to the point is it's fine to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it took the complete... But he couldn't be that because from the beginning in the MCU, he's been at Avengers level for so long.
Yeah.
So it's been nice getting back to the friendly neighborhood level of being Spider-Man. But yet because he's Spider-Man and one of the most popular Marvel characters that's ever been created, he still gets sucked into these other things.
He does.
So...
Well, I think a lot of that was more like with copyright and everything.
Yeah, a lot of it was. But,
Yeah.
I mean... Still, it's nice getting back to that level, even though we do still get... We're bringing everybody else in with this film.
Yeah, so, going into the film proper, I think, the first thing that drew me in was more the fact that Peter is isolated. He's alone. He is, he's living vicariously through his friends on social media, where he is so self-absorbed with his work as Spider-Man that the only real connection he has is either at the deli, where he buys flowers for his aunt.
Yeah, May's grave. Yeah.
May's grave, which is always it's always sad watching that, from the events of No Way Home. You have where he talks with the detective. He talks with DeWolf. Yeah, DeWolf. Yeah, DeWolf. Even though he really has no connection with him, it's the only person he really talks to, and his AI, which is Evie. But I love the isolation. I love just you have this character who is alone, and you feel just pity for him. You feel sadness for him, but he put it on himself because he felt it was the only way possible to save his friends, to save the ones he loves. And it's a noble sacrifice, but at the same time, it's this evolving door of when you get into his mutation, when his spider abilities or his arachnid Gene start to become more erratic
Yes.
because of his isolation, because of his stress. And I really enjoy that aspect of the film where it's going into the psychology of the character and the way that he is, his powers are quote unquote evolving in air quotes, where he's starting to shoot spinnerets from his wrists like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Which is ironic when you look at the history of the biological spinnerets in the comics, because the only reason they were introduced in the comics was as a tie-in to the film, because film Spider-Man in 2001 had biological webs.
Agreed.
And now we've brought them back.
I do agree. I do, where it's Peter, he's trying to solve this again. He's trying to do it by himself. And again, be like, if you know anything about human psychology or even the Christian faith, be like, you can't do this alone.
No.
There's no way on earth you can do it alone. Because you'd be like, he talks with, Dr. Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and you have that interesting interaction where the two brainy characters of the MCU, current brainy characters of the MCU, are talking about genetics and talking about how can you what's the word I'm looking for, what the inhibitor does. It depresses. That's the wrong word. Suppresses. It suppresses a gene or part of your genetic code. And the fact that Peter even brings up the idea of a universal inhibitor, where
once you realize what's going on, you're thinking,
you know what that is.
Well, that's going to do good for mutant rights right there, because
just a little bit.
Mutants are going to start exploding out of the world's hoo-ha over the next couple of years.
Right.
The X gene is going to start getting expressed, and I bet you it's going to be related to the blip.
Probably.
Bet you.
Probably.
Or at least the initial batch.
Probably. You have you also have the corporation, which is involved in this movie. That's Damage Control.
Damage Control, yes.
Damage Control
brings us back to all the way back to Homecoming, because it was Damage Control that got made the Vulture have to go underground instead of taking care of cleaning up New York.
Yeah, because it's always been this little thing in the background of these movies, which I really enjoy, because again, they're kind of dipping their toe into the Marvel lore and bringing it into the movies, which is really a good idea. I love the fact to be they do bring in Jean Grey. They bring in Frank Castle, the Punisher. They bring in the Hulk. They bring in
they brought in the Hand.
Which is I first saw it, I was like, wait, Red Ninjas, it's the Hand.
I remember seeing them in the trailers and going, is this some secret ninja clan that Spider-Man dealt with that I don't know about? Not putting two and two together. Because admittedly, the primary reason I caught on that was the Hand is the night before we reviewed 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I had to look. I was looking up where the foot came from and found out that they're a parody of the Hand, which is Daredevil villains. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have them in here. It's I was not expecting this. Okay.
Yeah, I love that they're they're dipping this very large toe into the Marvel universe, the Marvel comic universe, and bringing it into movie form. And I hate to say it, but I think what Sony's doing with Spider-Man and able to incorporate a lot of what Marvel does.
Yes.
Because I think Marvel's the one who's primarily producing this.
So, anything with the Marvel Studios logo at the beginning is still technically a Marvel Studios production, and any other major company that has their logo in the front of it, like with Universal for a Hulk thing or Spider-Man for this, is going to be a Sony. They're just the distributor of the film.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, you go to the Spider-Man villain universe. I don't know what that's actually called, but the thing that started with Venom, and then you had those other films that didn't do so hot. That's technically made without Marvel's involvement.
Right.
Except for when they were going to try to cross things over. But I think that particular universe has gone away.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that for certain.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
We do still have a bit of that Venom somewhere in the MCU.
Yes. According to, I can't remember what movie that was.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home. Okay, yeah.
Because that was, we saw him go back to his bar
universe.
before for Venom 3.
Yeah.
But a part of the Venom symbiote was left behind.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, there's so much of this movie where it's like, again, be like Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Tom Holland, which Tom Holland just kills it in this movie.
Tom Holland is quickly becoming my favorite actor, period.
Yeah.
He's a great Peter Parker. I do like him as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But I also have recently seen him in The Odyssey.
Yeah.
And there was something else I saw him in, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But he is doing such a good job as an actor right now. He's quickly becoming one I enjoy seeing. And Zendaya, too, if we're being honest.
Zendaya.
I like seeing her in lots of different things as well.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting, now that we've had on the same within 2 weeks, a Tom Holland Zendaya film. We're going to get to the end of the year with Doomsday and Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
Both having Zendaya probably in them.
Yes.
Even though I don't think Zendaya has been officially confirmed for Doomsday.
Yeah.
But I kind of wonder if Tom Holland is going to have a cameo somewhere in Dune.
Oh, he probably will.
Because that would be funny. It's like, twice in 1 year, Tom Holland and Zendaya have hit movies in the
theater,
in the box office.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget Florence Pugh, because she's in in both Doomsday and Dune too.
Yeah. Really? Didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
When I went to see Odyssey yesterday, they showed the trailer for Dune Part 3, and it listed her name in there. It's like, what is she playing in that?
Well, again, I think they bring in a bunch of actors who are not.
With Jason Momoa, but anyway.
Yeah, but if we're talking like Marvel, the fact that they took a shot on Tom Holland, the very first Spider-Man movie, or Civil War, as it is, because he was
no one knew who he was.
No one knew who he was. He was a stage actor. He had done movies before.
Yeah. I remember when we were first hearing about him, going, well, admittedly, I hadn't heard of Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire prior to them taking the role of Spider-Man. I do like them bringing in kind of a no-name actor to take this major role because they can surprise us. But I remember going into Civil War, thinking, okay, I know Spider-Man's in this. Let's see how he does in his very short role in this film, and then being blown away, because he's still my favorite part of that movie.
Yeah, agreed.
That whole sequence with Spider-Man is my favorite part of it.
Yeah. So I think overall, if we're talking about like fight scenes by choreography, the emotional depth of it, the thing that got me, because if you don't know about this, if you watch the film, great. If you're at this point and listening to us, go stop what you're doing.
Go watch the film.
Go watch the film. Go
enjoy it.
Yeah, go enjoy it.
It is one of the best Spider-Man films we've had in a while.
Yes. And
one of the best.
Go support your local theaters.
Especially if they get their act together and clean up their how they're set up, because our current local one is not in good shape. Right.
But yeah, again, go support your local theaters.
Yes.
Because theaters are kind of getting a bad rap nowadays. So just go.
In the same way we want y'all to support physical media, go support your local theater, because there is not an experience like seeing a film in a theater.
Oh yeah.
I can't. There has not been a movie I have ever seen that I liked better because I saw it on my television.
Yeah.
Instead of in a theater. I know that's expensive for a lot of people, and that colors your opinion of the film. But there is just something about sitting in a room with 40 or 50 other strangers, all reacting to the same thing, and everyone having a good time. That just makes a film better.
Yeah, agreed. So many of
these films are meant to be seen in the theater first anyway.
Agreed. Like this one was because you do get, again, kind of going back to where my first, kind of point on this was, Peter Parker, his isolation, his stress,
Yes.
the fact that it's starting to manifest into his the arachnid gene becoming more
Expressed.
suppressed, and it's becoming aggravated. The point where Peter he starts to realize something's wrong, and he starts to figure it out. And so it's like, oh yeah, I can do this. And the first time he gets out in the open world where Evie's telling him, be like, yeah, you might want to rest for a few days. And obviously he can't do that because he's so focused on, because he wants to forget everything, but he can't. So he goes out on the rooftop, and this part bothered me because I was like, oh crap, now I know what it was like with spider sense, because you had that first sense of like that.
Yes,
The water.
That entire sequence where his senses are so heightened.
Yeah, they're so
they
overloaded.
did such a good job of showing that. It's like, okay, yeah, Peter, you're gonna have to figure this out, because you can't operate like this.
Yeah, so with me, because I have Tourette's, and I've always had hypersensitivity to my hearing. So be like, that scene happens, and be like, the fact that the water droplet is so loud, it's just a certain frequency, it's hurting my ears.
Yeah.
Like everything, I'm getting overloaded, just like Spider-Man is. I'm like, oh my gosh, like stop it. Like, go back inside, Peter, please. Like, somebody's ears are hurting. It's really painful. But I was like, wow, okay, that is intense. That was an intense scene.
Yeah.
And I do love his, progression as a character, where he, by the end of the film, be like, he's encountered Jean Grey. He's learned about her. He's learned about, like, she is a mutant, or she's special. And
they have not actually said the word mutant yet.
No, be like,
so she
special ability, and you do have this overarching theme of being special. You have that Spider-Man; he's special with his abilities. You have Jean with her abilities are special, and oh my gosh, the scene where Jean tries to tap into Peter's mind.
Yes,
where it's that scene where it's him and Aunt May, which I don't know if that's a new scene or not.
That scene, I don't think that was in any of the other films. It was filmed specifically for this movie.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And it looks like they probably had to film it twice.
They did.
Since one version had to have Jean sitting where Peter was.
Oh my! That scene hit me so hard. I was tearing up with that scene, because it was more be like, hey, be like, there are people that love you. You are, be like, yeah, you're special in your own way. Be like, but it's be like, you shouldn't, you shouldn't be like, hate yourself for the the tremendous ability that you have.
Yeah.
And that really just, because you tie in with all this idea, be like, power suppression and everything like that, and be like, where that scene got me so much. And Peter walks into the scene, it's just like, yeah, you're not alone. Be like, I'm here. And I was like, oh, that's just touching.
Which, considering everything she put him through over the previous couple days.
Oh yeah. Let's get into that for a second.
Let's talk about the thing that broke my heart.
Oh yeah.
Right, real quick. And that is, Peter has got MJ. Spider-Man has got MJ. Because he won't tell her why, because he can't tell her why.
Yeah, because he believes she's in danger.
Right. They go to I guess it's his apartment is where they go first.
No, it's the rooftop.
It's the rooftop.
Yeah, it's the rooftop.
The rooftop at the sign, and she's obviously she's been able to get into Peter's mind at this point.
Right.
Because before his spider stuff was starting to get expressed.
Okay.
She couldn't. But then he couldn't keep her out.
Right.
After the spider stuff started going haywire on her.
Yeah.
So he
could no longer sense her.
He could no longer sense her. And then she saw everything.
Oh yeah, once
about No Way Home.
Yeah, saw the apartment
and
and everything.
She starts pretending to be MJ.
She possesses MJ.
And
which is a great scene, don't get me wrong.
Zendaya does a great job of expressing this idea of, oh, I remember now. I can't believe it's been so long, and you're just waiting for her to say Peter. I don't think she ever actually does. but it would make sense because
she
Jean
does
would
call
know.
him Pete. Like when she
Yeah. And-
pulls the mask down and be like, "Oh, Peter."
Yeah, and they're doing this whole bit, and I was
It's
like,
so gorgeous.
And it's not just getting Peter's hopes up; it's getting mine because I'm sitting there going, she does remember true love wins, and then stab you in the heart, turn the knife, and stab you again. It's Jean Grey pretending to be
She's possessed MJ.
and she's
Oh my gosh.
toyed with them. It's like,
She's playing with him.
and at that point, we still don't know it's Jean Grey. It's
No, we
still
don't.
just this mysterious woman.
Yeah. It's like,
Or not
cool.
even, we don't even know it's a woman yet.
No,
It's just
we
this
don't.
mysterious character. And you're just like, oh, I want to hit her. I want to hit him. I want whoever this is, I want to hit him. And then you see her possess, or go back to her own, possess that limo driver, and you can see her, and you're going, who is that supposed to be? She kind of is. No.
Redhead.
It's like, oh no. The spoiler from the beginning of the week is caught up with me. Don't tell me
It's Jean.
It's Jean Grey. It's like, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring the MCU back from being bad. No, and she does actually. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I'll put it this way: anytime a character I think of as a hero, they even for a short time play as a villain, which they don't do often, thankfully. I remember back to something my mom told me when she got back from her only viewing of any of the Mission Impossible films. Because the reason my mom hates those films is because in the first movie, they
Right.
make the hero from the TV show the bad
villain.
guy.
Yeah.
And she tried to explain that to me as a kid about that. And I didn't understand what she meant. But as I've gotten older and I've got to realizing that there's some characters I don't want to see turn evil,
Yeah.
that the minute I see something like that, I remember Mama saying that, going, "Please don't pull a Mission Impossible. Please don't pull a Mission Impossible." And so and thankfully, they show her as troubled as, and this is a good way to set up mutants as something for the public to fear.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's one of the weird things about Marvel is everyone is scared of mutants, but is fine with other metahumans.
Yeah.
So how do you incorporate that into this? Well, you have a mutant nearly destroyed New York City, and this mutant is in the future going to be on the side of the people who are trying to help.
Yeah.
And how is that going to be better than when Magneto shows up?
True.
And I still would love it if they make some reference to the Maximoff twins actually still being his children. But who knows if they'll do that?
Right.
But that's just a good way to set up that tension that's going to be in the world at that point.
Right.
That we've not really seen anything about up to this point. 'Cause
Right.
yeah, people were spooked about some of the metahumans and what they could do, but not to the extent we see them spooked at mutants.
Yeah, so I want to go back to like the point you started with, the fact to be like Spider-Man gets MJ and she agrees with him to go to this place where he feels like she's going to be safe, and you have this very nice, wonderful, loving moment where MJ is like, "I remember you. I can't believe this has happened," and be like, what's been going on, and be like at this moment where they kiss and they embrace, and Peter kisses her back, and then you get that twist where it's just like, oh, she doesn't remember you. There's nothing of you in here. Nothing.
Yeah, there can't be anything.
There can't be
that's not
anything.
how the magic worked.
Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh. To quote, I would agree with a friend of mine, Weston, who said, be like, that is probably one of the most unforgivable things to do, Be like, it's horrible what she does because she's trying to get to him. She's trying to break him. Mm-hmm. And the only way she could figure out how to do that is get to MJ about it.
Yeah.
And the fact to be like,
it makes sense. She's in revenge mode.
Yeah, she's in
for this whole
revenge
film
mode.
because she wants to find. She's trying to do anything she can to find her sister.
Oh, yeah.
Unaware that her sister is.
Yeah, we'll get
gone.
to that. We'll get that in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get this moment where she's playing with him the entire time. Be like, I can do this to Ned. I can do this to everybody in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally, it's like, and she coaxes the spider so much where his arachnid side comes out. He pops out at her.
Yeah.
And she just literally just in MJ body just falls and just lets her go. And it's just like the most terrifying thing. It's like, oh my gosh.
Which brings flashbacks for me back to Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's happening.
Exactly.
Because she. That's what the director is doing. They're making you remember. Hey, you remember what happened to Andrew Garfield? It might happen here. We don't know.
Yeah, because it'd be like because again, Peter learned from that experience to where he doesn't spin her at her. He literally just grabs her and tucks her.
Right.
Because be like if he does it, learning from Garfield Spider-Man, be like it's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
But
it would also not be above the Kevin Feige's team to do like they did again with No Way Home and go, hey, you know how Aunt May is the one who always survives and
Uncle just twist just a little bit.
We're gonna kill Aunt May too, and now we're gonna do this here so that MJ, who is not technically Mary Jane Walker, but is taking her role,
Mary Jane Watson.
Sorry. Yeah. Not technically Mary Jane Watson, but she's pretty much Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah, in this world.
We're going to take her out and maybe be nice and give you Gwen, maybe Black Cat, who knows?
Yeah, but obviously
there's no reason we don't technically have to keep MJ alive.
Right. But be like, I think personally, be like, if they would have done that, that would have drove Peter over the wall. That would have pissed everybody off. But at the same time, it would have just drove Peter insane and drove him to become the thing he doesn't want to become as a villain. And that would have drove him right to just killing her. And not be like doing what he did was save her from getting shot by Punisher. Which that scene in itself is amazing.
Technically that means we've now had 4 actors play Spider-Man in live action.
Okay.
Peter Maguire.
Tobey
Maguire. Why do I say Peter Maguire?
I don't know.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield,
right.
Tom Holland, and John Barenthal.
John Barenthal.
Because for a short minute, he's is Spider-Man as far as New York is concerned.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. But we have our final... Damage Control convinces Peter to be like if we can contain her, we can make everybody safe, and he's convinced of this again.
Why wouldn't he trust them? He's worked with them before.
Yeah, he's an official partner with them.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't know what bad things are going on that they're not going to tell him about.
Oh yeah.
They don't. It's not going to occur to him because Peter is no matter what universe, he is a bit of a trusting individual.
He is.
That's what gets him into trouble so many times. So of course he's going to it's not even going to occur to him that Damage Control might have a plan to take care of him too.
Yeah, that's
true. Might be manipulating him to do all this stuff.
Yeah. So I want to be like, we have all these amazing pieces of this movie. Let's get to the end of this film.
Yeah.
Where Peter realizes when he's in Ned and MJ's apartment, this is after MJ has discovered the note and she doesn't remember who he is, and she doesn't love him, and you have this crestfallen Peter, and he gets to hang out with his best friend, and Ned says something about lying. But I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was along the lines that made me Peter think of. No, it was MJ who said it. Who said it. It was I can't remember what it said because I watched the movie yesterday. What's made him think it's because he would have to do this, the director of Damage Control, and it's like he lied to me Be
Yeah.
like, he's using her for some kind of experiment.
Yeah.
And so now he has to.
Well, what did it? No, you were correct the first time.
Okay.
Ned did say something that made people think, "Wait a minute, he's lying."
Yeah. Okay.
And then he confirmed it with MJ when,
that's right.
when he asked her, "What do you remember from when
Oh, that's right.
Jane was in her mind?"
Yeah,
and
it's
she
nothing.
says, "I don't remember a thing. It went from I was in the apartment to falling."
That's right.
And that's when he realized he was lying because he claimed to have remembered what was going on.
Yeah, he remembers certain things, but obviously he doesn't.
Yeah, he can't.
So he's lying about it. So yeah, thank you. But it's like, yeah, he starts realizing, be like, oh yeah, be like, I need to go do this, and of course, be like, after that point where Frank and MJ have that conversation, that's okay. Frank's gonna go help his little spider buddy,
Yes.
even though Frank
The
would never
worst
say that.
possible way.
Exactly. It's like they have a team up because it's like, oh yeah, be like, yeah, I'm gonna help Spider-Man against the Hulk, who has been
Yeah.
possessed by Jean Grey, and the inhibitor breaks.
Well, first, yeah, like I say, first he's possessed, but is not. He doesn't fully Hulk out.
No,
I don't think.
Yeah.
But then the inhibitor breaks.
no, be like
No,
she
did possess him because we don't see him until after we learn the inhibitor. Until she shows him Hulk's inhibitor, and
Yeah.
they don't say anything. I love that. They
Yeah.
just let you put two together. That the giant thumping we heard on the vault door is
Hulk.
Hulk.
Technically, it's Smart Hulk.
No, it's not Smart Hulk.
I thought it was. I thought it
No,
was.
she took it off, so he went fully Hulk.
Okay.
But he was under her control because she was controlling him. That's why he
okay.
was able to use more common language.
Okay.
But when she broke off, or when Peter put the inhibitor on her, which broke the link, that's when you had to deal with Big Hulk. And,
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right. So the way I remember it is be like during the fight, be like Peter gets a pull over the Hulk and slams him to the ground, causing him to have a concussion.
Yes.
And so that causes
That may have been it, yeah.
That causes
That's what breaks it.
that causes Jean Grey to have
'Cause
a mental break.
It's a little later that he gets the universal inhibitor on her. Yeah.
But the fact to be like, it's like Banner goes back to Banner, and then he says something, be like, she broke something in me.
Yeah.
And be like, he's afraid. It's like, be like, get out of here. Be like, he's coming. And just like, you get this larger than life Hulk.
And Peter says something to the effect of, "Oh wow, I didn't know you got to that size." And then you stop and think, Peter wouldn't know Hulk ever got to that size.
No.
Because
He would have
Hulk was
probably
in
heard about it.
Hulk was in space in Civil War, and the first half of, and he couldn't, and Bruce couldn't turn into Hulk in Infinity War.
Right.
And in Endgame, he was already Smart Hulk and had Hulk pretty much under control until this movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I do love the fact to be like,
he
'cause
wouldn't know, but
he wouldn't know, but he'd be like, it's like, again, be like, he only knows, be like, I didn't know you could get that big.
yeah. And
But
I love Hulk's line there. Not Banner, not Girl, only Hulk.
Only Hulk. It's like, it's like, oh no.
Yeah. Now, have you heard what Kevin Feige said, that there might be one person that the Hulk might be the one person who might remember Peter from the spell because he wasn't in the universe when the spell was cast?
That is true.
But they didn't really show that being the case here.
Yeah, because I think it's more that it's like Hulk remembers.
Hulk remembers, but Bruce can't.
Bruce can't remember.
Because Bruce was active at the time.
Yeah, but Hulk remembers.
Hulk might remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Because you have that, like, where be like, and Frank comes in, is shooting, and Peter's like, "Are you crazy?" Be like, "You don't know, you're over your head."
Well,
and it's Frank. It'd be like, it's Frank Castle.
And this is all. This is not even really the climax of the film.
No,
this
it's
is
not.
the setup to the climax. We're not even to that scene you brought up a second ago where he remembers she's lying.
Yeah,
because we kind of did there. Because the lie thing is after that.
That's right. So we got spun around.
After she's already been captured by and is being held, and she and Spider-Man's going in there to save her, and while that happens, she goes I can't say Phoenix Force because it's not Phoenix Force.
Her powers expand.
But her powers expand to fill a good portion of their potential.
Yeah, because
to the point where my first thought when I saw that was I bet somebody's computer, or I bet somebody up in upstate in a mansion is taking note of this right now. And I was half expecting to see a black jet fly into New York City during this whole sequence. Never happened.
Right.
But I was expecting it.
Right. So we have this like overall little thing with Jean Grey of VMAX.
Yes.
Be like, what is VMAX?
What is VMAX?
VMAX?
And the fact that it's feature. From Star Trek the Motion Picture, it's
Oh, my.
basically that.
Yeah.
Because she happened to look up and saw on the air
Yeah,
conditioning
it says
vent
VMAX.
a little thing that said VentMax. All she got was this image, and the ENT was scratched, had worn off, so it said VMAX.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, this whole movie going, maximum security, max. I couldn't come up with a thing
Yeah.
for V. So when we find out VMAX was that, I go, and that's the minute you know her sister's dead.
Yeah.
I kind of was suspecting it when they first were bringing her in there because it's kind of obvious that this would have been where they held her sister.
Yeah, they're alluding to be like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
And then the
pops
minute
her
she
head
looks
when
up and
she's-
sees VMAX, I realized at the same time that she did, okay, yeah, her sister's dead. And now she's about to go full, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah.
Because you hurt my family.
Well, I think it's a lot to be like
The
her-
last thing she saw was this cell, and now you're going to pay.
Yeah. And be like, you have that like power expanse where she throws a telepathic shield all over and like causing like tremendous pain to everybody around it.
Right. And then and later on it grows and gets bigger.
It gets
And
bigger.
she's getting angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
And Frank's getting real close. Frank's set up on a thing because he's convinced the only way to stop this is to take her out. Which,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's how the Punisher would handle this situation.
Exactly.
And he finally has to take the shot while he's not in that bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
And Spider-Man jumps in to stop the bullet from hitting her.
Yeah, taking the bullet.
Taking the bullet.
Yeah.
And nearly dies.
Yeah, nearly dies.
And Frank's the one who has to get him into the hospital.
Yeah, which is a really, really good. Be like, it's a good homage to the comics.
Yeah.
There's be like you have this be like where Peter is trying to reason with her. She is so angry because her abilities, her mutant powers are expanding, and she's able to control it beyond belief. She takes the director and is like holding him in that chair which he held her, and is pointing like you know
shards of glass.
shards of glass in his face.
It's not going to take nothing but a twitch of her mind to kill this man.
Yeah.
But she won't get any of her answers.
No, she never will. But it's be like Peter is trying to reason with her, trying to help her understand, and be like he allows her to go into her mind. You have that beautiful scene between Aunt May and Mary Jane, or not Mary Jane,
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. But I absolutely loved it. I wept. I started tearing up for that one. And then you get the point where Peter, he's talking with her in the mindscape. And then you hear the shot.
Yeah.
You hear the shot in the mind state, and it like Peter just like grabs her, turns, and takes that 45 cal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my gosh. And like the fact to be like a Jean Grey be like she like is as Frank be like her voodoo witch stuff on you to keep you alive, and Frank be like he doesn't know what happened because Jean made everything happen.
Which is a great callback because that sounds like he's noting that her powers are similar to another witch that we've already seen.
Yeah.
In a way. It's not meant to be a direct reference to
No, it's not.
Wanda Maximoff, but
Yeah.
it's an interesting little homage.
It is a little bit because I mean, like Peter is taken to the hospital. He's there for days. Everybody's kind of like
And
in
I
mourning.
assume Frank Castle stays in the room the whole time.
he does.
And is when he knows someone's coming in, he puts the mask back on Peter and then takes it off afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I'm so confused why Peter would have the mask off after that if they were respecting him. Because there is a comic where Peter Parker is in the hospital as Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and they respect, and the doctors respect his privacy by never taking the mask
Yeah,
off.
because they do state, be like, Frank does state, be like, he does, be like, yeah, they had to rip your suit up. They had to tear your suit up, but they didn't take his mask off.
Right.
But I think
but
for
then
out of
when
respect,
that scene starts, we see him.
Yeah. He's allowed his mask. I do love that scene where it's Frank and Peter are becoming friends, and I love the fact that so many people have pointed out, Frank kind of becomes a big brother.
Yeah.
Or like a father figure to him in a way,
which
or
is
a gruff father figure,
which is the healing Frank Castle needs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the entire point of the Punisher is he's killing criminals to get vengeance for his wife and kids.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, it's like, if, oh my gosh, it was such a good movie. The fact to be like you have such a great camaraderie with these two. It's like, yeah, whenever you're done, kid, be like, I gotta wait for get you out.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Peter just walks out, be like, no one knows he's Spider-Man.
Right.
But Frank takes the gloves and the mask and just like,
yeah. So that goes, hey, look, it's Spider-Man. And there's that one kid that looks at him and does the thing, and to like almost make you think, oh yeah, we know, but we don't care.
Maybe.
But it's also just meant to be like, oh, kids being kids.
Yeah, kids being kids. Because
like,
he doesn't know
it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'd be like the fact that like Peter is able to walk out among the populace, those people who are like sitting there and waiting in anticipation, like a celebrity that is in the hospital. Be like these people who just wait out there, and he's able to walk out there as himself and just observe people like excited that he's alive and getting to see that thanks to Frank, and then he just goes on his merry way, and then he runs into Ned, and he remembers.
Does he remember?
Like he says Peter, and be like they do the handshake. He's like Peter.
Well, I mean that's right, because he didn't tell him the real name.
He says
earlier,
Flower Guy.
Yeah, Flower Guy.
Yeah, Flower Guy.
And
Peter.
Somehow he remembers Peter. It's like
it was something about the handshake. Yeah.
Hey, they do the handshake thing, and that's somehow. But why would? Granted, I get.
Well, he does name. Peter does give him his name, Peter, and then it was like this handshake, and he says, "Peter," like he remembers something.
He may not remember his relationship with Peter, but it's like,
but it's something about
name
that.
is Peter. Which, if that can jog Ned's memory, why might it not? Why not something else jog MJ's memory? Or maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell because MJ. That's the thing, because Jean was in her body when they did the kiss.
Yeah,
that's why MJ Price still doesn't remember their relationship. She doesn't. She finds everything out from that letter.
Yeah, because she doesn't remember anything.
Yeah,
but I did notice, because like you see a lot of reviewers, they'll do something, and they noticed where like MJ still has that little thing that Peter gave her. Be like, she's still hanging on to.
There are little things, because you probably can't erase that completely.
No.
Doctor Strange's magic is good. It may not be. It may not be perfect.
Yeah, but it's like a get rid of everything.
Right.
Like the fact to be like also MJ with her new boyfriend, who I thought was Flash, but it's not.
I thought it was Flash too, but it's not. It's someone named Paul.
Yeah.
And people are saying that Paul is one of the most hated characters in comics because of a relationship he had with Mary Jane in the comics. Is what I'm understanding?
No. That would be, I think, because the actor who played him played Ezra Bridger in the Ahsoka series.
Right, but the character is supposed to be this guy named Paul.
Yeah, named Paul. But I don't know. I don't know if that has any connection with the comics or not.
I heard it did.
Yeah, but anyways, there's little like Mary Jane or MJ. She turns down a job because she feels like something is missing in her life, and she's just waiting for it to happen.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Yeah, you're good. But I do love the idea that like MJ's moved on, but she really hasn't moved on. You have Ned, who is he's living his best life, he's grown in confidence, everything like that, thanks in no small part to Peter. But he doesn't know that. But again, you have this amazing ending of this movie where Ned and Peter have a little moment in that little cafe or little shop where they have the handshake. He's like, "Oh, Peter Parker."
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, flower guy. And handshake, and it turns into their buddy friendship. And that little that recollection, it's like, Peter. And then Peter has this little smile, grin on his face. It's like, you remember something's there. And I'll be like, for me, whenever they get around to doing the next Spider-Man film,
Yeah.
it's more like, because obviously they don't remember him because of what Strange's magic did. But I think it's going to be more of like their relationship's going to begin.
So I looked this up.
Okay.
In the scene where this boyfriend is brought up, it's at the beginning where Peter kind of is at their housewarming party.
Right.
He's only credited as the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Basically being, oh yeah, this is the boyfriend I technically replaced you with.
Yeah.
But in subtitled screenings of the film for the deaf, he is named Paul in the opening and closed captions.
Okay.
What people are thinking is that his character is actually Paul Rabin, and this is where we get into the fan theory side of things. They think it's Paul Rabin, a universally hated character introduced in Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6, Number 1 from 2022.
Okay.
As the son of the emissary and MJ's new love interest following her abrupt separation from Peter Parker due to time dilation.
Oh, okay.
Now, I haven't kept up with the modern Spider-Man comics.
Me either.
But that does sound like a combination of the blip and Peter being erased.
Yeah.
That could be a similar enough thing that because that gives MJ a reason to go. If she doesn't remember Peter, she's gonna have had boyfriends at MIT.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But that could be who that is, and that could be someone who gets beat up in the next film for all we know and tries to mess with MJ.
Yeah.
Who knows? But like I said, that's all. A lot of that is fan theory, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I do. I look forward to the next Spider-Man film because, again, they're going to start developing those relationships again and be like, I don't know, maybe they're able to restore some of their memory. I don't know. But overall, I thought it was a very well done movie. It's probably, I have to watch it again, but it's probably one of the best Spider-Man films so far.
Yeah.
But without this one, it's probably No Way Home. But this was a fantastic film. Again, if you be like, again, you got to the end of this episode, which I think we're at an hour. At this point,
we're coming up on an hour.
We're coming up an hour. But yeah, we thought 25 minutes. We thought wrong.
We both enjoyed this film.
Yeah, we did. But overall,
and no, this is not a review.
No,
this is a reaction.
Yeah.
If at a later date we may come back and do a full review of this or any other film we've done a reaction to. None of that's guaranteed,
right?
But the entire point of these reactions is to give you, here's our gut reaction to the film.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. I would definitely give it, 5 stars. It's a great film. If you were to give it a star rating, what would you give it?
I'd have to give it 5. It's not perfect.
No, it's not.
Mind you, but it's good enough to get top marks across the board.
Agreed. So yeah, that is our reaction.
If I were to give it a hypothetical, extra bit, 5.5.
Okay.
If 6 is the ultimate maximum,
yeah,
I'd say 5.5.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, so that is our reaction to Spider-Man
to Brand New Day
2026. And let us know what your favorite Spider-Man movie was. If you be like, obviously, hopefully you did not listen to us for almost this time rambling on about this film that you have not seen yet. I hope and pray you have watched the film. And let us know what your thoughts in the comment section, wherever you're listening to this. And let us know what you thought of Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters.
Indeed.
Want to close us on anything?
Yeah, I think we can definitely say we both enjoyed this film. Keep an eye out for some other little special bits that we are planning on doing related to Doomsday. Maybe even a side project on my end. I haven't fully decided on that yet.
Okay.
But, yeah. We both enjoyed this film. And we might be back to do this again when it comes Doomsday. But
That's the plan.
in the meantime, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob.
And we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On, and Remember, that's Cell with a single L.